There is no world in which Paige Beckers is better than Caitlin Clark. You got folks in the WNBA that, for whatever reason, are salty about Caitlin Clark coming in and just stamping her name on everything. Diana Taurasi saying that one day Paige Beckers will be the best player in the WNBA. It feels like she's kind of just sticking the needle to Caitlin Clark. This is Caitlin Clark's league, and they know it, and they don't like it.
You hear the echoes before you see them, the roar of packed arenas, the bounce of a ball on polished hardwood, and that electric tension that hums through generations. You didn't live through Taurasi's rise, but somehow you feel it. Names spoken with reverence. Diana Taurasi, the White Mamba, the one who played like every game was her last, and treated every rookie like they hadn't earned their place yet.
Payroll. Paige Beckers will never be the best player in the WNBA, so disabuse yourself of any notion that this could even be possible. But my goodness, what a different tone Diana Taurasi strikes with her fellow UConn Husky.
And then there's her, the new name on everyone's tongue, Caitlin Clark, the prodigy, the headline, the storm wrapped in a ponytail pulling up from the logo like it was scripted. You watch her move, and it feels like destiny unfolding in real time. Numbers pouring in, records falling like dominoes. 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, 5.7 boards. And the fever, relevant again, hope again, all because of her. But here's the twist. No one wants to say out loud. Not everyone's clapping. Not every legend wants to pass the crown. And when Diana spoke up, again, something shifted in the air. Not quite praise, not quite hate. Just enough shade to cast doubt. I've seen a lot of players come through this league.
Taurasi. I gave Diana Taurasi a lot of when she poo-pooed Caitlin Clark coming into the league and said the reality check is coming. And I thought, oh my God, really? That's what we're going to do? And then Gino Auriemma sat there and talked to her, and he wasn't quite as dismissive as Diana seemed to be, but...
She said, we'll see if she can handle it. And just like that, 1,000 timelines collided. Was it truth or was it jealousy dressed up as wisdom? Because... you know what's happening here, don't you? This isn't just a clash of talent, it's a collision of eras, a war between the old gods and the rising sun. One forged in grit and elbows, the other baptized in likes, clicks, and viral threes. The GOAT and the prodigy, both legends, one throne. And someone's gotta blink first. So the question echoes, is Taurasi just guarding the gates or trying to slam them shut? Keep watching, the story's only beginning. You saw the clip, or maybe you didn't, but you felt it ripple through your feed. Clipped, shared, dissected. Diana Taurasi sitting across from Ricky Cobb, her tone cool, calculated, and unmistakably pointed. Not angry, worse, amused. Let's not put her in the Hall of Fame just yet, she said. A smirk, a laugh, like the crown was being offered too soon. To someone who hadn't earned the scars yet. And in that moment, 1,000 highlight reels meant nothing, because this wasn't about numbers, it was about code, the unspoken language of the league, the rite of passage forged in elbows to the chest and years of thankless road games. You don't just arrive in the W and take over, at least not without hearing from Diana first. The internet called it shade, old head energy. Washed player matter rookie is getting more attention, but what if it wasn't hate? What if it was a warning? Because when you've been through the fire, or when you've played through torn ligaments and broken headlines, you don't hand over the torch. You make the next one grab it, burn their hands, and decide if they're strong enough to keep it or holding on. Taurasi isn't hating, she's testing. And Caitlin, she's already answered on the court, but the test isn't over. Not even close. This league remembers. It remembers the ones who came in loud and left quiet. It remembers hype. And it remembers heartbreak. So maybe Diana's not being petty. Maybe she's just seen too many stars burn out before they learned how to shine for real. But the thing is, Clark's not fading. She's getting louder, brighter, and you can feel it. This story's not going to end with a handshake. It was never just about the words. It was the tone, the space between each syllable, the weight behind every glance. When Diana speaks, it's not offhand, it's intentional, calculated, and when she said, we'll see, what she really meant was, you haven't bled yet, because this league isn't built for soft landings. It's elbows in the paint. It's travel days with no charter flights. It's just being invisible while the NBA drowns in spotlight. Caitlin Clark showed up with cameras already rolling. She didn't earn the attention, not in the way the old heads define it, she brought it with her. And that's the problem, isn't it? Diana didn't grow under the lens, she grew in silence. She made people look. Clark, she's the algorithm's chosen one, the headline even before tip-off. So when Diana throws that shade, it's not random. It's rooted in something deeper, because in her day, the league didn't welcome you. It tested you, and if you survived, then you got your flowers. But Clark, she got flowers at the door, bouquets before the buzzer, an SP nomination before. Her jersey was sweat-soaked, and that doesn't sit right with the ones who built this place brick by brick. So you have to ask, is this personal? Or is it cultural? Is Taurasi speaking for the vets who went unnoticed for decades, while Clark cashes in off TikTok clips and buzzer beaters? Or is it something else entirely? Fear, the kind that comes when you realize the game is moving on, and for the first time, it might not need you to carry it anymore, because the truth is brutal. You either pass the torch, or watch it burn in someone else's hands. But here's where it gets complicated, because when you strip away the narrative, when you silence the interviews, mute the Twitter beefs, and ignore the hot takes, the numbers don't lie. Caitlin Clark isn't just hype. She's producing 19.2 points per game, 8.4 assists, 5.7 rebounds in her rookie season. You don't stumble into those numbers. You earn them every night against women who've spent a decade proving they belong. Against defenders who don't care about your NIL deals or sold out arenas. They only care about stopping you. And still, she delivers. She's top 5 in assists. Already a floor general, already changing how the Fever move, how the league defends, how fans watch. But maybe that's why it stings so much, because Taurasi was never handed anything. She took it. She grinded through every low-scoring era, every empty arena, every headline that said the WNBA was dying. She made greatness feel inevitable. Not marketable, Clark? She didn't wait. She exploded. The league didn't have time to prep. The fans didn't ask for permission. The world just showed up, sold out road games, national broadcasts, jerseys on back order. And suddenly she's the face. So when Diana raises an eyebrow and questions the hype, it's not statistical, it's symbolic. This isn't about buckets, it's about memory, legacy, fear that history will forget who built the road once a newer, shinier car speeds across it. But Clark? She's not just driving fast, she's paving something new. And whether Taurasi likes it or not, the league is changing. The numbers, they're just the receipts. But the internet doesn't wait for context. It doesn't care about legacy or nuance or slow burning greatness. It wants drama. It wants beef. It wants sides. And oh, the timeline delivered. When Taurasi's latest shade dropped, subtle, maybe, but unmistakable, it didn't take long for Twitter to explode. One fan quote tweeted the clip with "Diana is the final boss of hater energy." Another fired back, "She's not hating, she's gatekeeping the W." And then came the memes. Taurasi photoshopped as the Grim Reaper of rookie dreams. Clark as the new WNBA main character. Angel Reese in the background sipping tea. Reddit threads spiraled. Instagram comments became war zones. TikTok edits popped off, splicing Taurasi's face with boss music while Clark drained logo threes in slow motion. It wasn't just a clip, it was content, viral oxygen, and beneath all of it, the laughs, the likes, the hot takes, was something raw. A generation saying, "We're here now," and another replying, "Don't forget who got you in the room." It's more than fan noise. It's a cultural clash. Old school versus new school. Earned versus branded. Sweat equity versus media magnetism. Because in the WNBA right now, identity is currency. You're either legacy or you're viral. You're either Diana or you're Caitlin. And the internet, it's not looking for balance. It's looking for blood. So every word spoken, even in jest, even on a podcast that becomes ammo. Every smirk becomes a storyline. Every pause, a battleground. You don't just play the game anymore. You live inside the feed, and maybe that's the real tension, right? Because this isn't just a clash of talent, it's a collision of eras. Two women from two different worlds speaking the same basketball language, but with accents time can't translate. Diana Taurasi came up in the grit. She didn't have viral mixtapes, she had bruises. No ESPN ticker hype, just grind year after year. She played for pride. for teammates, for legacy. And then there's Caitlin, raised in a world where everything is content, where every pull-up three is clipped, captioned, and posted before the sweat dries, where one season of college ball can build a brand bigger than the league you're about to enter. It's not that one is right and the other is wrong. It's that they were built different, by different storms, different audiences, different expectations. Taurasi didn't walk, so Clark could run. Taurasi clawed so the league could still exist, so Clark could fly. And that's where the friction burns hottest. Because for Diana, this isn't personal, it's existential. She's watching the house she helped build, with elbows, jumpers, and sacrifice, get remodeled in real time. New posters on the walls, new slogans on the jerseys, new faces on the covers. And Clark, she didn't ask for that pressure. She just walked through the door. But the second she did, the spotlight followed. And in its glare, every legend in the room casts a longer, sharper shadow. That's not hate. That's history reacting loudly, emotionally, uncomfortably. And it's still being written. Play by play, tweet by tweet. But here's the part they never show you in the highlight reels. What it feels like to be the rookie they all watch but few embrace. To carry the weight of a league's future on your back while still learning how to breathe in the pros. To be cheered louder than anyone and yet questioned more than most. Caitlin Clark didn't just join the WNBA, she disrupted it. And disruption never comes quietly. She walks into every arena as both hero and heritage, a symbol of hope to some, a marketing gimmick to others. Every pass she makes, every foul she takes, every stare she returns, all of it dissected, debated, distorted, and somewhere behind all that noise is just a 22-year-old trying to hoop. But when Diana Taurasi speaks, the whole world leans in because she's not just a player, she's a compass. She sets the tone, whether she means to or not. So when she says the hype needs to slow down, the internet hears Clark isn't ready. When she smirks in interviews, the fans translate she's jealous. When she laughs off the buzz, the media replies, she's bitter. But maybe that's the trap. Maybe we keep trying to write this as hero versus villain, when really, it's just the storm of change. Because legacy doesn't always greet the future with a handshake. Sometimes it meets it with a stare. And sometimes that stare becomes a mirror. And in it, both women see something undeniable. Respect, tangled in resistance, fear, hiding in admiration, and the game they love, standing. Right in between. So where does that leave you? Right in the middle of the noise. Scrolling, reacting, choosing sides. You've watched the clips. You've liked the memes. You've reposted the tweet that said, Taurasi's scared her spotlight's gone. Or maybe the one that read, Clark ain't earned stripes yet. She just inherited the spotlight. Because the internet makes it feel like you have to pick, like there's no room for complexity, only headlines, only heat. But maybe this isn't a feud, maybe it's a friction point, a necessary burn, one that happens when generations collide, not to destroy each other, but to shape what's next. Taurasi, with her grizzled wisdom and earned arrogance. Clark, with her fearless range and untouched ceiling. This isn't a story of hate. It's a story of transition, of a league that's waking up to attention it's never had and doesn't quite know how to hold, of veterans who bled in silence, now being asked to smile in the spotlight that wasn't built for them. Of rookies walking into fire, some lit by old guards, some sparked by fans. You're not watching a rivalry, you're watching evolution. And like all evolution, it's messy, it's loud, it's full of missteps, misquotes, and misunderstandings. But somewhere in all of this, beneath the noise, the shade, the clout, there's something sacred still growing. A league learning how to carry two eras at once, and a fan base being asked to listen, not just